Right. The video is already going to be 28 minutes long with the recorded stuff, so I'm going to try and make this quick, and so the images may not line up with what I'm actually saying. Qualifying 1 was alright with a single lap on the soft tyres to give me a 0.972 second advantage of Perez in second place. This did become a 0.344 second gap to Verstappen in second place after the session though. So I was clear away from the exit at qualifying 1 in Q1. I was clear away from the exit from qualifying session in Q1, unlike Canada. Qualifying 2 was good as well, however the gap to Russell in second place has been reduced to 0.715 seconds. This changes to a 0.280 second gap to Verstappen at the end of the session, though. Still no problems, the qualifying gap will not determine what the AI's competitiveness will be during the race. In qualifying 3 we did step it up though, and it means a 1.022 second gap to Verstappen in second place. It was not needed to, but we went on a final lap and produced a lap quick enough to finish 1.421 seconds ahead of the AI, in particular Verstappen in second place, after he did not improve on his banker lap. Hello and welcome to the British Grand Prix for 2022. Here we are for Silverstone for what looks like it's going to be a dry race for our 20 drivers, and with temperatures soaring as they are in the July heat, it looks to be a good race. So here we are, 18 turns make up the 5.891 kilometre circuit, one of the longest on the calendar, with a 1 minute 30 lap time normally. Quite a lot of elevation change, especially into turn 1 and 2 for our drivers to tackle throughout this race, and of which they line up as follows. On pole position we have the Williams driver alongside Max Verstappen, the championship leader at the moment. A good result with it for him would take him clear by a race victory. Charles Leclerc lines up alongside his friend Gasly in fourth. Norris and Ocon on the third row with Russell and Vettel on the fourth. Albon Perez, replaced in ninth and 10th. Hamilton alongside Schumacher with Ricciardo and Magnussen ahead of Sainz and Zhou. Stroll and Schwartzman head Tsunoda and Bottas, who rounds off the grid in P20. So here we are on the grid for the British Grand Prix. No sprint race, unlike last season. That last game, no. It don't make sense because that's only real life. Anywho, no sprint race to contend for our drivers today, and it's just flat. It's not quite flat out, and we'll have some tyre wear to contend with. And also, I kind of forgot, we will get some rain predicted later in the race. So here we are at the end of the race. I kind of feel like this should have been at the end. This kind of spoils it now. Oh god, I did not think this through. Lap 52, do I spin out in the final corner? No, I do not. I come across the line for victory once again in Championship 39, P1 at my home circuit. Let's go, boys. Lance Stroll driver today. Get in the bin. What a great result. And there we go. What a great result for the Williams driver there. P1 is home circuit for the team and the driver. What an amazing race that was. And there we go. Lando congratulating him there on second victory of the season. And what a time to come. As this time last season he was a race victory ahead, so this was really needed as he comes onto the podium now. P1 see if he can bounce on this success and get another victory in the next race in Austria. As Max Verstappen finishes P2 and Norris P3. There we go, celebrating with the team. Everyone at Williams looks extremely happy, as there we go for the champagne and the spraying of the fans and the cars down in Parc Fermé. I really should have done this after the race highlights. So here we go for lap 1 of 52. What's going to happen? Lights out and away we go. For the British Grand Prix, it looks like Max Verstappen gets a great start alongside the Williams driver there, as Charles Leclerc looks to go around the outside of turn 1, and he does. Into turn 2, Max Verstappen goes a little bit side by side with Winter. On the curb, he goes round the outside of turn 3. Will he get a move into turn 4? Looks like he's going to, on those medium tyres, ahead of the soft tyres on the Red Bull. Back up into P2 goes the Williams, as Red Bull drops down to P3, but looks to go for another move on the Williams driver into Brooklands. Nothing doing there, as Charles Leclerc looks to lead this race quite comfortably, as the Williams driver there pulls towards the Ferrari, but Red Bull looks like he's closer as they go in towards Copse. He's going to try around the outside. This hasn't worked well before with Max, but he keeps it clean, side by side through Copse. What an amazing battle this is. And he's going to go side by side through Maggotts and Beckett's. Not quite. The Williams driver backs out and allows Max Verstappen to take P2. Lando Norris getting ahead of Gasly. Can he get into this fight? As on to the hangar straight we go now towards Stowe. Which way the Williams driver going to go? He's going to go down the inside he goes. Is he going to get the move? Red Bull hangs it in on the outside, but not quite. Maybe a little bit squeezed, but there we go. Williams driver keeps the position and is up into P2. Now he can go chase after Charles Leclerc and try and take back the lead of this race that he probably should have had from pole position. As we go into turn 1, he's gone wide. He almost cuts turn 2. Has that Williams got damage, or is there still cold tyres of those mediums as he pulls towards the Ferrari, closer to the Ferrari than he is the Red Bull? Down towards Brooklands we go. 5/10 the gap, not enough to make a move into Brooklands or Luffield, but he closes in, and maybe he is going to get close enough to make a move through Luffield. Round the outside he's going to try and go, not quite. He gets alongside, and there we go. He's alongside. Is he going to be ahead through Woodcote? They go side by side. They're going to go through Copse. He's taken the lead, but is he going to keep it? Side by side, down the inside. Charles Leclerc keeps P1 through Copse. This is amazing stuff here at the British Grand Prix. As we follow through Maggotts Beckett's, heading towards Chapel now. Surely he's close enough to make a dive on the inside or outside. Possibly outside. Is he close enough? Is he going to go towards the outside? Yes, he does. Is there much room? Yes, there is enough room. As into Stowe they go. Williams, Winter takes the lead, and he's been spun round by Charles. He's been spun round as Charles Leclerc takes back the lead of the race. And down towards last place goes the Winter. What an unbelievable start to this race we've had. As there, he drops to last place for all of about a mini sector. And, oh my god, we need a breather from the beginning of this race. So here we are on board with the Williams driver. The 5 red lights go out. He seems to get a good start, but he just a little bit of wheel spin, and there goes Max already into turn 1. Charles goes into P1 as Max backs out turn 1, being on the inside, and squeezes Winter into turn 2. Stupidly, he goes on the curb, trying to go round the outside of turn 3. Works, and he gets the place back into turn 4. On board with Pierre Gasly. See if we can get any good action from turn 1. So yeah, Red Bull just being on the inside kind of backs out, allows Winter to get a better run through turn 2, but Max does get the better run, and Pierre Gasly having a nice neat battle here with Lando Norris. And once again, the driver on the inside of turn 4 gets the move on the driver on the outside. As Max gets close to the Williams driver there, almost making contact, heading on towards Luffield. Round the outside at Brooklands, round the outside he tries, nothing really doing. Luffield takes a little bit of a wider line, but hits the same apex and a little bit of oversteer on the exit of the corner, and that allows Max to get a good run in towards Copse, defending towards the middle as he always tries, does the Williams driver, and yeah, maybe just letting Max have that little bit extra room allowed Max to pull alongside, and it very much looks like the Williams driver backs out of Maggots and Beckett's. Don't really want to go side by side through there unless you're Lewis Hamilton in GP2. Down towards Stone then, he takes the inside and heads straight for the apex. Gives Max enough room. Yes, he does. Max backs out and allows Winter to take P2, but fights for another day. As, Lando Norris gets P4 off of Pierre Gasly at the beginning there. And through lap 2, it takes a lot of speed through there. So maybe no damage, just overestimating the grip of the car, and goes a little bit wide through the entry to turn 2. And then his focus is changed towards Leclerc. Not really close as they head into Brooklyn, so the timing was correct as he just pulls massively in the brake zone. And again, through Luffield in the brake zone, pulls massively. Is a good angle from Max's point of view. Not really, he's a little bit far back as, Winter does have the lead heading into Copse, but Charles just taking a little bit of a tighter line and quicker one, gets back up into P1. And then through Magnus Beckett, keeping close to him, actually gaining a little bit under braking, but obviously losing out on the acceleration after some throttle changes after Azerbaijan. Heading towards Stone then, we go. This is the fatal contact as Winter takes the lead as Charles and then just almost, I don't know, makes contact, but does he drive straight into him, or did the Williams driver cut across him there? I'll have to get on board the Williams to see if it cuts across, but it very much looks like it's very difficult one. So on board, around the outside he goes, obviously leaves enough space on the entry, and then the exit, gets tapped before he really hits his exit point. And the way that track goes, he was heading for his exit like he normally does. It's difficult. On board Max, what does it look like from here? I don't know. It's very difficult. As from this point, it looks like Charles is driving into him. Winter, very difficult. Charles looks like he's going for an exit earlier, as the Williams driver looks like it's going for a later exit down here at the end of the DHL advertising. And the stewards have given Charles a 5-second penalty for his collision with the Williams driver there. As we head back onto the live action, of course. It's live. Lap 3. Technically it'd be lap 4. As we head towards sector 3 now. He's got a long way to fight now to get back up into even the podium places as top three teams, and plus Lando and Gasly are very quick at the moment. On to lap 4 we go. Is he going to go for a move? There he does. Round the outside of turn 4. I kind of forgot about that. As here we are on the live action, of course. As he's finally joined onto the pack within DRS range. Going through turn 3, he's very close. Close enough under braking. Round the outside of turn 4. No, he isn't. Yes, he is. On the soft tyres is Valtteri Bottas and backs out through turn 5 entry, and with the DRS, the Williams driver takes P18. As we go towards Brooklands, yes, he is clearly ahead as we head now towards the hangar straight in Sector 3. Next up, his teammate. Is there going to be team orders down at Williams, or is the Winter going to easily get past him? Down into Stowe he goes. Maybe a little bit of tyre wear extra with a dive bomb, but it's clean enough that there's no contact this time. And the Williams swap positions as we head on to lap 5 now. Robert Schwartzman up next for the Championship 59 rookie. No rookie to the F1 cars though. F1 game, however. As round the outside, he looks for turn 4 again. He's not got much of an overlap compared to Valtteri Bottas last lap. But as Schwartzman gains the position back, heading out of Aintree into Brooklands, looks for the dive bomb, goes for the dive bomb, and up into P16 he goes. As now his focus changes to Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. The Aston Martins haven't been doing too good this season, and it may be compounded as getting overtaken by the Williams here, as although Bobbi is, I hate to do that, is outperforming the Williams, science is where the car is at. And it was quite a simple move. Down the inside Stowe and up into P15 goes the Williams driver. Next up, Kevin Magnussen in the Haas. Let's see what defense he can put up against the Williams driver. Is he going to go for another move into turn 4? Not quite. He's not close enough. 3/10. Will he be able to get an overtake into Brooklands with DRS? Where's he going to go? If he does, he doesn't seem to be close enough. And, yeah, he'll have to wait until the hangar straight is... he does pull alongside through left field. Is he going to make the move? Yes, he is. On the acceleration, he gets past Kevin and is up into P14. That was a sensational move. And I'm not just saying that because it was me. I absolutely hate saying it if it was me. But that was a great move. Round the outside, just coasted round him and gets up into P14. As next up is Zhou Guan Yu in the Alfa Romeo. At the moment, nothing can stop this Williams, especially under throttle. As down the inside, under braking, he seems to be good as well. But Zhou did try and hang on round the outside, but with clever throttle management, the Williams driver forces Zhou to back out and to take P14, as the Williams driver now takes P13, as Alex Albon is next on the Williams hit list. As we head towards Brooklands and Luffield, is he going to make another move? He's not made it into Brooklands. Round the outside of Luffield he's going to go. Is he going to be able to do it? Yes, he is. Maybe into Woodcote he's going to finalise the move. Yes, he does. Up into P12. Another great move round the outside, as Perez tries down the inside of Cops on Pierre Gasly. Does he do it? Yes, he does. Pierre Gasly down into P9 as Perez makes a great move, as Russell retires from this race. 3 big factors into this race happening in the space of about 10 seconds. Another 10 seconds later, and down the inside of Schumacher, he's going to go. Ricciardo going on the outside of Pierre Gasly. Is he going to make the move? No. As Schumacher comes back at Winter, is he going to be able to make the move into the Vale chicane? No. He backs out and allows the Williams car on the medium tyres the advantage, as he has the grip advantage. But at the moment, like I said last lap, nothing can stop this Williams. Not even a tyre disadvantage. As we head towards Ricciardo now, round the outside of Brooklands, in the inside of Luffield. He's good on the outside. Is he going to be better on the inside? Looks like he does. And gets the move finalised even before the exit of Luffield. And now he can fully switch his focus onto Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri. Is he going to be able to make a move towards Maggots and Beckett? No, he does not fancy making an outrageous move into Maggots and Beckett. That would just top off his day. As towards Stowe, he's going to go very close, coming out of the exit of Chapel. DRS, no DRS for Pierre Gasly, and it's a very simple move, even before the brake zone, and one of the easy overtakes Winter will hope to make this race. And I say hope to make this race. At the beginning of this race, I would assume he hoped to make no overtakes and just lead from P1 on the grid. As we now skip from lap 8 to lap 10, Sergio Perez up next for the Williams, as he tries to go round the inside of Leclerc, heading into turn 1. Is this going to produce a move? Not quite. Perez backs out, and the Williams driver, being far enough back, closes in. Not quite into turn 2, but into turn 3. Down the inside he goes, up into P7. Will he get a move done into P4? Leaves enough room on the inside for car's width. Is the Perez still there? No. Going through turn 5, the Williams driver hits the apex and gets up into P7. Next up, Charles Leclerc, the driver that's sent him on this charge this race. Is he going to make the move on a straight? No, he's not. He's going to make a move on Luffield. And this time, throughout just Luffield, gets the move done through Luffield. Nothing on acceleration. Charles Leclerc on those mediums, dropping off. Winter in that Williams hates doing that still. I don't know why I keep doing it. On the mediums. I don't know why I keep saying I hate it, because I don't actually hate it. I just dislike it. When he's Winter on those don't censor me. Winter on those mediums, rising to the top of the table, it seems. As Esteban Ocon up next through turn 2, he gains a lot of speed. Don't know where that's come from. As down the inside he goes. Hamilton on the mediums, maybe holding up Ocon, and up into P5 goes the Williams driver, and allows for Ocon to conserve a little bit more, as he will not, allows Ocon to lose some places. I'm not allowing Ocon anything, as he comes up to Sir Lewis Hamilton now. Is he going to make the move into Cops? Doesn't look like it. Likely heading into Stowe, where an old school used to be. Actually, that's why the corner's named Stowe. There used to be a school called Stowe. Heading towards the outside, then closer to the school, down the outside, before the brake zone. Very easy move. No DRS for Lewis. DRS absolutely for Winter, and allows him P4. Next up, Sebastian Vettel 5 seconds ahead of him, and then Lando Norris a further 5 ahead of him. So only 10 seconds to Max, as Max pits on lap 14. Only 10 seconds lost throughout that entire first stint. As on to the Inters he goes, and there it is. There's the rain, and as Max pits before the rain, he has lost out massively in this rain period. Onto the dries they go, lap 32. As Winter seems to have lost 5 seconds throughout that pit stop from wet to dry, but as he was 16 seconds ahead, it doesn't really matter. And he keeps P1 for now, and seems to be likely that he will keep P1 for the end of this throughout the whole of the rest of this race. Through cops, nothing wrongdoing through there. And the FIA have picked up on a track limit violation from the Williams car, so our team are trying to find out where that is, and we've just wasted all your time. Turn 1, quite an easy place to cut. Well, not really actually, so quite odd that he's cut there. Heading into turn 1, nothing doing this time on lap 35, and this will be a penalty, the FIA say, as turn 2 was obviously a corner cut, the track limit violation. Heading into turn 12, this actually is not Beckett's. Beckett's is turn 13, the right-hander, the last right-hander before the hanger straight, leaving left-hander at the beginning of the complex and at the end of the complex to be Maggots and Chapel. Heading into cops, there's the 4th track limit violation to on lap 52 of 52, but here he comes. Nothing's been able to stop him. He's extended the gap from 11 seconds back up to 17 seconds. I need to cough. But into the Vale chicane, the Williams driver does not need to cough. On medium tyres, never looked in doubt after the first round of pit stops, as the winter has arrived, and P1 for the Williams driver, back on top again at his home circuit. What an amazing drive that was for him to come back and win this race when it all looked unlikely after lap 2. Right, if you don't mind, I'm just going to take a drink before this starts up again. Lights out and away we go. Max Verstappen gets a great start. So does Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc trying to go around the outside, takes P1 as Max Verstappen on the outside of turn 2 squeezes Winter onto the curbing, and onto the curbing he goes himself, as does the Williams driver. Up into P2 he tries. Lap 2 then. Okay, thank you. Lap 2 heading towards Stowe is... I'm not sure. I still think this is a racing incident. I don't know. Am I going to revoke Charles's penalty? Like real life, we should not look at we should look at the incident, not the outcome of the incident. He caused the collision. Yeah, he could have avoided that. I took the exact same line as I normally did, so I don't think I could have avoided that any more than he could have. Yeah, he couldn't have avoided that any less than I did. I blame that on him, and I will stand by the 5-second penalty that I've given him. Round the outside of the field he goes on the Aston Martin driver of Albon there. AA23 not able to keep Williams behind the car that he was in last season, as Perez down the inside of Pierre Gasly he goes, gets the move done as George Russell. There he is in frame, retires from this Grand Prix. One less overtake for the Williams driver, the car that George Russell used to be in 2 seasons ago. There's another move, goes the Williams driver on Mick Schumacher this time, down the inside, goes a little bit deep, allows Schumacher to cut back. Is Schumacher going to take that and run? No, he isn't. He takes it, but doesn't run, and allows the Williams driver to get back through. As to end the race, P1, let's go. There we go. Formation lap was okay. Oh, wait. If it sounded like I was biased at the end of that race, it's because I'm not actually a commentator and I'm talking about myself. So, of course, I'm going to be a bit biased. Don't complain. We all supposedly have to be a little bit narcissistic, but I don't like it being too much. That's why I don't. That's why I keep referring to myself as Williams driver. I don't really like saying my own name. Well, I don't like saying. I don't like talking about me as if I'm talking about somebody else. Not that I don't. Okay, I'm just ruining it. Formation lap was okay, and I managed to build up some good tyre temperatures and gave myself a purple grid slot, like Canada, with the same tactic. The start, however, was poor, like normal, and towards Abbey, I lost out to Max and Charles, and with the way Max overtook me, he had a massively compromised line through Abbey, and it allowed Charles to cleanly take P1. Obviously, I backed out of Abbey and tried later to go round the inside of Max for Farm Curve, only for him to turn in on me, though, through Farm Curve, and so I risked the biggest risk and went on the curb and grassed to take P2 off Max. However, into Brooklands he went for the move on the outside, but I held him off, and out of left field he pulled enough speed for an overlap into Cops on the outside. I kept the position, but into Maggots he again pulled alongside me, and I backed out because I am not risking ever the side-by-side into Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. With the speed on the hang straight, I did manage to get back past him though, and that ended the most hectic lap one I have had at all. Forget Project Ultimate, forget F1 21, F1 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015. I didn't play F1 2015. 2011. Most hectic lap one I've had ever. On lap 2 through Abbey, however, I ran wide through Abbey and cut Farm Curve. I thought that for sure meant I had damage, but Mark said no damage. Next, I changed my focus onto Leclerc and on into the braking of Brooklands and Luffield. I closed in enough to get an overlap on the exit of Luffield. We then went side by side through the run towards Cops like lap 1. The car on the inside pulls through to take the higher position, so I left it for the hanger straight. Luckily, with the earlier part of the race, I had plenty of ERS to spend into Stowe and I got position. However, into the exit of Stowe, I took a little tighter line than normal because of leaving space for Leclerc. The cutback was tighter, basically. But this let Leclerc come back at me, and he hit me, and very awkwardly spun me round, dropping me down to last for one millisector in the Vale of Chicane. I do not blame myself for the incident. I left him enough space on the inside, and he did not use it. So he caused a collision, and he got a 5-second penalty, but still finished 6th. This then led to a charge through the field from 19th on lap 3. On lap 4, I pulled around the outside of Bottas into the loop and used the run out of Aintree to get past him. Next up, Sainz a simple DRS inside dive bomb on the inside of the hanger straight and Stowe, which is how you overtake Leclerc. Then on lap 5, I glided around the outside of the loop to try and offset Schwartzman. It did not work, and so I dived him into Brooklands. Next up was Stroll in Sector 3 with a DRS dive bomb into Stowe. Lap 6 brought an overtake on Magnussen around the outside of left field, and a good exit onto the national pit straight. That's something that bugs me. People keep calling it the old pit straight. It's still a pit straight. It's a national pit straight for British touring cars and stuff. Anyway, ran over. On the hanger straight, Zoe was the next target, and similarly to Stroll and Sainz, a DRS dive bomb into Stowe, but with a little bit more of a fight. Lap 7 had a copycat move on Albon through Luffield with nice play on throttle to get past him. Schumacher was dispatched on the hanger straight with another DRS dive bomb, but a wide bold out Stowe left me vulnerable into the Vale chicane, but good acceleration kept me P10 for points. On lap 8, I decided to switch it up this time and went down the outside of Brooklands and on the inside of Luffield on Ricciardo for P9. And Gasly on hanger straight with DRS for 8th. On lap 10, Perez and Leclerc almost went side by side into Abbey, so I sailed around the outside of Perez in farm curve. This time, Leclerc was dispatched through Luffield on the outside, and before Woodcut, he was behind me. Lap 12, I had Ocon in my back pocket with an inside dive bomb into Village. Hamilton was next, and he was overtaken on the Hank straight, like Gasly, before the brake markers. Then the softs on Verstappen, Norris, and Vettel made them pit on lap 14, end of 13, and handed me P1, of which I should already have had. Leclerc. Then the predicted rain, hence my medium tyres, came and everyone pitted lap 20 for intermediates. And throughout this stint, I had set myself the target of matching Verstappen, which I did. Which meant when we pitted for dries again on lap 32, I had a buffer as I pitted one lap later than Max, losing 5 seconds to him, 16 seconds to 11 seconds. The wet, however, was not actually cleanest with a corner cut on lap 23 through Abbey, but the dry was less clean as I had got complacent at the corner cut on lap 35 through turn 12, then another corner cut to give me an in real life penalty. The game has 2 warnings and then a penalty, but real life is 3 warnings and then a penalty, through extending cops and a little bit on the final, just a little bit on the final lap, lap 52. I also managed to extend the gap to Max back up to 16 seconds as well, although that shrank to 13 seconds after my penalty. But I won my second race of Championship 59. Let's go. Come on!